Hi everyone. I'm going to help you walk through your Canvas course. So when you click into your course initially, you'll find that you land on this home page. And at the top of your home page, you have the name of your course. Now your course might not be French 2, it might be a different language, but that's okay. All the courses are set up the same. So you'll notice that we have a band of topics on the left here. And then you also, in the dark gray area over here, have some other choices as well. Okay, so we're just going to talk about these blue little buttons here first, and then we'll talk about some of the others. So on your home page, which is where we are right now, you'll notice that it gives you your course summary, and then it also has a Let's Get Started topic. So this is where you'll meet your instructor. So you'll click this little button here. And once it opens, you'll see information about your instructor. Now, some of your courses have more than one instructor, so there might be 2 or possibly even 3 or maybe even 4 instructors in there. So you'll have to know who your instructor is. If you'd like to read about all the other instructors, that's fine too. And then I'm just going to click back to my home page to get back to that main page. The next little spot below the Meet Your Instructor is the information about your class. So if you click that button, this gives you information about your course syllabus. You have a list of academic vocabulary possibly for your class. It gives you the course handbook and your technology specifications. So you'll just click these links in order to access these things. So I'm just going back to the home button again. The next section, it asks you to review and understand the live session expectations and weekly participation. So you'll click that link in order to read through that information. And then there's also a little link here that will take you to the instructor recordings and the participation assignment if you need to do that. So you'll see a grid that has all that information in it. So it will show you the seminar, the module, and the seminar number. And it will also show you the content covered. And then over here, once your teacher actually teaches that lesson, it will have a link to the recording and it will turn blue. Okay. In order to access the weekly participation assignment, if that's necessary, you'll click on the week that you need to do. And it will be linked whenever your course is active. Okay, so I'm just going to go back again to my home page. I'm still back there. All right, and then you also have your live session recordings. That grid will also be here. That's easier to find just in case. So this is that same grid that I just showed you. And then some of your teachers, if you have some things that are issues that you need help with often, they might have some of these things linked here. So for the French courses, we have a help making accent marks. The other courses might have some helpful tips for you linked right here as well. Your media release will also be somewhere close by, whether it's here in this spot, or it might even be linked down in this grid below. Okay, so this takes me to your course requirements. For your course requirements, this is where everything is listed for the year. So it has the modules. So think of this as like that big kind of chapter idea. And then on the right, it will give you the seminar numbers. So think of these as the lessons. Normally, a seminar will take about a week to complete. So you should be doing about a seminar every week. And once your teacher is in their course with you, they'll put your due dates right next to your link here. Okay? You'll also be able to find the due dates on your calendar, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay? So in order to access your seminar, All you have to do is choose the seminar that you're on, and you'll click the link and it will take you there. Once you get into your seminar, it will give you all the information that you need for that lesson. It's also showing you the links here that you can access them as well. Okay. And then off to the right, it has your learning target, your habits of mind, your critical thinking skills, and then your academic vocabulary. Okay, so you'll see all that information when you scroll down. Okay, so in order to go through the lesson, you'll just scroll to the bottom when you're ready and click the next button. Okay, so for this one, we've got our engage, which is the next little spot that we need to do. And this is getting you ready for what's happening in the lesson. So again, we'll scroll to the bottom and we want to go to the next page. So we'll click next. Okay. Now the next page that we're on is called Explore. And the Explore page is where they'll give you all the information that you need to know for that lesson. So in this course, you'll notice that there are some tabs across the top. We have a Watch tab, a Read tab, a Do tab, and then Cultural Enrichment. If you don't have tabs across the top here, it might just be listed as you scroll down the whole page, but it still will be listed in the same way: a Watch, a Read, Do, and Cultural Enrichment. Okay, so you want to watch the videos that go along, because the videos that are listed here will show you how to do all of the things in the lesson. And then when you go to the Read categories, the choices that you have there will be written out for you so you can see exactly how to do that. Your Do categories will have some games or some Quizlets, different things to help you practice the skills that you're learning in this lesson. And then your Cultural Enrichment will give you some more information that will help you with the skills, or it might give you something that is specific to the language that you're learning. So as you're working through these tabs, or just the Watch, Read, Do, and Cultural Enrichment categories, please take notes as you're going along. That way you have your notes to go back and refer to whenever you have to do the assignments for the lesson. So once you've finished all of those things, the Watch, Read, Do, and Cultural Enrichment, you can click Next to go to the next page. The next page is called Explain. And this is a discussion prompt. So you'll find your discussion prompt below the directions. You'll read the prompt and make sure that you're answering the prompt in 2 to 3 complete sentences. Make sure that you're continuing a conversation about the question to answer it. Make sure that you're using correct grammar and punctuation. And once you have done your initial post, the next step you have to do is review the posts of your peers and then respond to at least 2 of those other posts. Make sure that you're using a complete sentence again, proper grammar and punctuation as well. Make sure that you're kind of continuing the conversation in a way that doesn't just say, I agree, or that's cool. Make sure that you're just elaborating. You could even ask your friend a question, or your classmate. Okay, so once you've typed in your post, I'll kind of show you what that looks like here. And I'm just going to use one sentence just for the sake of this video. But once you type in your response, you'll see down here, there's a little post reply button. So I'm going to click that, and then it will have posted my initial post. Now, had there been other students in here, then there would be a spot for me to reply to those, and you'll do the same idea. Okay, so once we go on to the next spot, you'll have your evaluate, which is a quiz. You'll notice at the top here the allowed attempts that you're given, the point value that the quiz might have, and then it will give you some information about how many questions or if there are any time limits. Okay, right now there's not a due date for this because it hasn't been entered yet, but you will have a due date that will be entered. Okay, so you'll just click on the Take Quiz button, and then you'll respond to the questions. They could be true, false, multiple choice, matching. Each quiz is a little different. Once you've finished, you'll submit and then click the next button. The next assignment is called Elaborate, and the Elaborate is the big assignment that helps you show your teacher what you've learned in the lesson. Sometimes you'll have one choice, sometimes you'll have two choices. If it ever gives you two choices, you only need to complete one of the two choices. So for this particular assignment, you'll notice that sometimes you have the option of making an assignment by typing, or sometimes they want you, even in another assignment similar to this, they might actually want you to speak or to make a video or to make some slides. Okay? So when we want to do that, whatever our Elaborate tells us to do, and like I said, each assignment is a bit different, you'll click on the Submit Assignment, so click that, and then once you've clicked it, you'll see that you still have your directions. They're still there, they haven't gone away. So you can pick your choice, and then when we get to these little tabs across the top here, you just have to choose how you want to enter that response. So for file upload, this is where you can pull something from your computer or from your Google Drive, you'll see here. If you want to do text entry, this is where you would do your kind of copy and pasting function. If you want to just pull it from a document that you've typed on your computer, you can just copy and paste it right into there. You'll notice that you have some other ways and things that you can add in. Website URL, you could do this for your Google or another website if you want to share something. And then for media, this would be where you would record a video or just your voice if you don't want to show yourself. And if mine will open, there we go. So you'll just click the Start Recording. And you'll say whatever you want to say for your assignment. Then you'll click Finish and Save. And it will just pop it right into there. Now, once you've submitted however you want to, so whether you chose the file upload, the text entry, the website URL, or the media, you're going to just come down and click the Submit Assignment, okay? And no worries if you forgot something. You just come back up to the assignment and you can click Resubmit and you can do it again. All right, and once you finish that, then we'll go down to the bottom again and we'll click Next. One more assignment. We have the Express, and again, you see the due date, the points, and then submitting, how you're able to do that. You notice that you have two options. So you're going to write a reflection paragraph answering the following questions. Make sure that you're using 4 to 6 complete French sentence, 4 to 6 sentences that are complete in your language that you need to. You'll have to maybe restate the question, use correct grammar, mention any grammar or vocabulary from the lesson that will help you prove that you have gone through everything and you understand it. Or you could post an artifact. So you can include an artifact that contains specific experiences, readings, assignments, or discussions in this course that supports your point. Make sure that you're also doing the other bulleted items as well. When you click Next on this page, you'll notice that it takes you to the end of that and gives you your congratulations. So I'm just going to go back up to the home. And I want to talk about a couple other things that we have here in the blue. So we have your announcements, anything that your teacher might put out to you. You'll notice here in the announcements. so you can look through those. Your tips and suggestions for completing assignments will be there, so make sure that you read those so that you're earning the most possible points that you can whenever you're completing your assignments. You'll also have a spot here for your grades, so you can see all of your assignments and if you've completed something. Now you'll notice from the video, we did a couple of those assignments, right? Here's my little video that we just did, and then here is that sentence that I put in for our discussion prompt. These are ungraded right now because my teacher hasn't graded my assignments yet. But when they are graded, you'll see a score here instead, okay? Sometimes your teacher will leave you feedback, especially if you have some changes to make or if you need to add things to your submission. And it actually will look just like these two little speech bubbles, and it will be off to the side. So you'll click on those little speech bubbles or the assignment in order to be able to see what your teacher responded about your assignment. So please make sure that you read any feedback that your teacher may have given you. All right, so let's look in the gray area here. Okay, so we've talked about, this was our course button, and you just have your one course that you're looking at. When you click on calendar, this will show you any of the due dates that you have for assignments. And you'll notice that once your teacher puts in the due dates, they will populate in the little squares. Your teacher may also post their Zoom room link within there to remind you of your meeting times. The last thing that we have to talk about is your inbox. And your inbox is going to be kind of your messaging, the way to contact your teacher. So this is where you can do that. I hope this helps you navigate your course, and I wish you all the best this year, and I hope that you really enjoy learning whichever language you've chosen.